as well. Okay, so again, welcome. My name is Tamora Walls Hughes, and I am the Illinois SBDC director at the Greater Inglewood CDC. And I'm going to be sharing my screen. I got a little bit of a PowerPoint to share with you, and then we can go through there. If you have any questions or anything related to it, then we will answer those at the end. Also, if you want to put something in the chat, and so that you don't forget what your question is, we'll answer those as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And let's see. So again, welcome to the Greater Inglewood CDC 2021 pre-selection business plan bootcamp and information session. Just a little background with the Greater Inglewood CDC. Our website is www.gecdc.org. So you can always go to our website and see our other team members, as well as other information and things that we offer at Greater Inglewood. We have been doing this boot camp since 2016, actually. Normally we do it twice a year, in the spring and then in the fall. Due to last year and some interruptions and things like that with the pandemic, we had to kind of pivot to virtual. And because of that, we actually only did one last year, the beginning of last year. So our plan is to actually do two. So we'll do another one at the latter part of this year, for those that might not be able to attend this one, but really excited that we're able to offer this again. We have had some very successful clients and entrepreneurs that have gone through our training, entered competitions, business plan competitions, actually were awarded the business plan competitions, and were also able to utilize their business plan when they went to financial institutions to actually try to build their capacity financially through loans and things of that sort. So it has been a help and a blessing to many that have gone through our training. I would say since 2016, we've had over at least 50 to 60, maybe 75 successful individuals that actually completed their business plan. So we're going to give you a little bit more detail in this PowerPoint presentation, and then we'll go from there. This is my information here on the screen. Also, you will see our other business advisors. So that's Rhea Steele, as well as Raymond Bacon is our business advisor as well. So when you work with us, you'll be working with either one or both. Sometimes we actually collaborate and work together because of our specialty and our skills. My background is more like grant writing, business development and strategies. Rhea has them as well, but she has a major background as it relates to media and things of that sort. So she's a great resource, as well as government contracting and things like that. So have wonderful skills in there. And then Raymond Bacon, that has been with us since the inception of the organization, has been one of our business advisors, our volunteer business advisor, that really has a wonderful and tremendous background in finances and financing and understanding how that business plan spreadsheet should work. So again, we kind of interchange, we work with everyone, but we also have our specialties of things that we do. So I'm sure if you are selected for the business plan competition, that we all will be interacting with you in some kind of way. So I'll go to the next screen, and just to kind of go through, some of this may be basic for some of you, but just want to go through some of the planning process and some of the things that we'll actually be doing in this boot camp. So looking at factors for a successful business, there is a planning process that we are going to take you through, and that's the business concept, really talking about the business model, how it works, what's going on, how will you execute the business model and the business plan. So we'll concentrate on that to help get your focus and your thinking aligned then to have a successful business plan written. Also understanding the market, really just understanding who else is out there that's doing what you do. And if no one's doing what you do, who's doing something that's similar to what you do? So we'll be talking about that in industry, health, and trends. So we will be looking at just competitive analysis, looking at other businesses, particularly since last year. How well are the businesses doing? What trends are happening? Are there some new products and things that have been developed because of COVID-19? So we'll share and talk about that as well, and for you to also share with us some of your thoughts as it relates to your industry. Then having a clear strategic position and consistent business focus. So that's what that plan's going to help, so that there is a strategy of execution as well as sustainability. So we're going to really talk about that, so that then your business is so focused and so solid, but also that you have done some kind of planned projections in case things kind of shift up, that you're able to kind of go with the flow. So we'll be talking about how to develop those types of strategies. Capable management, talking about just your team. We use a product called Growth Wheel, so we will be signing you up for that. It's free, but they are working worksheets and tools that we will provide to you, so that you can start thinking about who should be on your team. And not necessarily always full-time, part-time, but it could be somebody that's actually giving in-kind services are also part of your team and your management. So we'll be talking about that. The ability to attract, motivate, and retain then employees. There's a challenge right now with just what's happening in our world of employment and things like that, because businesses are opening up, and they're trying to actually get people, they're ready to hire people, but there's been a slow roll with people actually getting back to work and going back into the work field. And so that's a challenging for a business owner, especially if they need a team of people to work and they're having to struggle trying to hire. So there's some strategies to how to attract the right people, how to motivate them, and then how to keep them on the job. So we'll be talking about that. We have some worksheets and things like that that we'll work through with you. Then financial control, just really understanding ownership, understanding if you have partners, investors, and all that kind of thing. Just understanding who's in control and who's managing your finances, and how you will be able to really kind of make sure that you have a handle on what's going on in your business. So we'll be talking about that. We'll jump into that fairly quickly as well, because we don't want to wait to the end to try to get those financial worksheets and all that kind of stuff at the end, and then you don't have time to really look at it. So we have some tools We have some videos and things that we'll be able to share with you so that you can actually look at them in advance, get an idea of what we're going to be talking about. So those videos will become helpful. Then anticipating change and adaptability, that's kind of like what we were talking about and what we'll be talking about as it relates to just understanding and knowing your market and seeing what's happening, keeping up with the news, seeing what kind of changes might be happening, and then adapting to that. So we'll be talking about that. Again, I bring up last year that so many businesses closed because they weren't able to have the capacity to pivot. They didn't have the ability to transition from a physical space, but you know, instead of being able to transition to something online, on demand, you know, pick up, drop off, that kind of thing. So we're going to talk about that as well. Then your company's values and integrity, so important. In fact, it's at the bottom of the list, but it's really going to come to the top of the list because people, you know, they value what you're selling, what you're doing, what you're, you know, giving them. And they want to make sure that you have integrity, that you're not cheating them, or there's some kind of backup plan that if they're not happy, that you have strategies to ensure that maybe they're, you know, it just didn't work out that time, but that doesn't, if you have the integrity and you show your value, maybe they'll come back later. So you have to have that kind of infrastructure so that you become a respectable business. And then the last thing is responding to global opportunities and trends. So this is a big thing as well. When you start looking, especially if you have products and things like that, that you want to sell internationally, and just really understanding that there may be something that you have that people want to buy and they're not in the United States. So just really understanding how you can tap into a global market as well and see what's happening with the global market. So as we go through this process and we're sharing this information with you so that you can really understand the importance of a business plan, and some of you that have actually responded and filled out our survey, you know, have been in business for a while. Some of you are actually pre-venture, just starting up. But no matter what place you're in, it's important to make sure that that plan is laid out so that you have a roadmap that you can kind of figure out, okay, if I got a detour, I'll do this, you know. So that plan, having that plan is important. And even if you've been in business a while, you need to revisit the plan because society changes, everything changes, which means that if it affects your business, then you're going to have to make some adjustments. So you should look at your plan at least annually just to gloss over it. But if there's some major things that are happening, some trends that are happening, you may need to look at your plan and actually do a deep dive in that plan and figure out how your numbers are going to work, how your strategies are going to work, and so forth. So the business plan process entails 5 fundamental steps. And as we go through the boot camp, we'll be tapping into those 5 steps. The first thing is laying out your basic business concept. So just to understand and to know, you know, back in the day, a business plan may be like 40 pages, but that has been cut down tremendously. Normal, like 10 to 15 pages, maybe 20, but you know, you want to keep it concise. You want to get straight to the point. You want to be clear with your plan. So it's important because when you start sharing your plan, maybe with a bank or a loan officer or something like that, They want to be able to kind of capture who you are, what you do, where you do it, and then how much is it going to cost for you to get the job done. And so that needs to be clear. So laying out your basic business concept is going to be very important, and to do this and go through this process. The second thing is then gathering the data on feasibility and specifics on your concept. So when you're gathering data, data is so important. I always suggest that people, even before you jump into the plan, just get a notepad, research, 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 start doing some things, see what's happening, look at some numbers with other businesses that may be similar to you so that you can start building your business concept without having to struggle with thinking about, okay, how I'm going to do this, what I'm going to do. And of course, with the boot camp, we do have tools like I shared that are going to help you to kind of pull some of those things that are in your head out, put them on paper, but then also help you to decide, based upon this, if I can get this executed and how long will it take. The number 3 is focusing and redefining the concept based upon the data that you pull together. So once you get the data, then you're going to start really looking at, okay, is this really going to work? I'm looking at the industry. I'm looking at my product, my services, my target audience. Now I need to focus on this concept, and do I need to switch some things around? Do I need to take some things out? Do I need to add some things based upon the need of the customer? So there's several things in the process that you have to go through to build the business plan, and actually the steps in taking that. Now this is even before you really start compiling and putting the business plan together. This is a notepad or computer or whatever, just typing out some thoughts, no structure whatsoever, just doing your homework and doing the research is going to be vitally, vitally important. Then you want to, number 4, start outlining the specifics of your business. So this is where you really get into your product summary, or your plan summary, your details about what you offer, how you offer it, the days you offer it, where you're offering it, so you start outlining who's management, who's key management, what's the staff look like, so you're going to start outlining some specifics about your business, because that's going to help you then with your financials, because then you'll figure out with your personnel and your non-personnel, if you need to hire people, how much is that going to cost you, their salaries, their benefits, are you going to have volunteers, contractors, consultants, so as you're laying this out specifically, all this information is going to help you build the financial part of it too, to really figure out how much money do I need to actually start the business, how much money do I need to, on a monthly basis, make in order to sustain or to break even. We'll be talking about that. And how much money do I need to actually then make some more money beyond the break-even point. And that's what you want to do in your business. You want to make sure that you have financial strategies, so you're not just breaking even just to pay the bills, but that you want to make sure there is a cash flow. So we're going to be talking about that as well, talking about cash flow, because that's the most important thing. That's what keeps the doors open, the cash flow. So we'll be working with that in your business plan as well. And then number 5 is putting your plan in a compelling form. And that's really the plan itself. Taking all the information from number 1 to 4 and now putting it into a plan that a person can read, that you can read, and that, the concept makes sense. It all fits together. It's a working engine. Everything is clear from beginning to end. And so that's putting that plan together. So for those that are selected actually for our boot camp, we do use a tool called Live Plan. So and some may have it already, or if you don't, we'll be able to sign you up with Live Plan. So it'll be a free software package or ID that you'll have, so that when you're building your business plan, we're going to ask you to actually build the business plan in Live Plan. And we'll be able to show you how Live Plan works, how to get logged on, but also as advisors, we'll be able to look at your plan, kind of review what you're typing, what you're doing, and make comment to that and make suggestions as it relates to that as well. So, we'll be utilizing Live Plan for that. So definitely, and I think the Live Plan is through Palo Alto is the actual company. And so they have various projects, but we've been software packages, but we've been using Live Plan. And so when you sign up for the boot camp, it'll be a free subscription for you, and it lasts for a year. So once you finish the boot camp, we'll give you the opportunity to utilize it. And then actually when it expires, then you'll get a notification saying that the subscription is about to expire. But if you like to continue using it, then you can pay for the subscription yourself. So we'll be using Live Plan, to get some things going. Okay. I was just checking my comments. It's the same company. Okay. So just want to give you a quote. I don't know if any of you have drank Honest Tea. I have. It tastes good. And so the co-founder of Honest Tea, Seth Goldman, stated, the first thing I did when I got serious about starting a business was delete the solitaire program on my computer. I had to get to work. And so I like that comment, because many times we kind of throw the plan off, procrastinate, I'll get back to it. And at this point, when you're really considering a business plan, you actually gotta think in your mind, okay, I'm gonna get this done and I'm gonna do it. And even with the boot camp, what we do and our plan is to help you, take you through the process. And even in that 6 weeks, you might not be finished because this is an ongoing process, but we want to kind of give you a running start. And so that's a whole purpose, is to get started. So my next slide is the subheads that we'll be going through. And most of these are, you probably seen already or standard. For those that already have a business plan, you may have some things already, you might need to review it, but there may be some things you don't have. But the subheads in your business plan, of course, will be the executive summary, your business description, your market analysis, your competitive analysis, your sales and marketing plan, your ownership and management plan, your operating plan, your financial plan, and then any appendices and exhibits will go at the back. And then, of course, when you have a large number, and I would say 10, you should have a table of contents in the beginning anyway, because when somebody picks up your plan, particularly maybe a financial officer or bank or something, and when they pick up your plan, they may look at the executive summary and the business description and all of that, and then maybe go straight to that financial part, so you don't want them to have to go through the whole plan and skip through the whole plan. You want to take them to that page so they can look at the financials, and from the financials, then they may go back and say, you know what, let me look at this market that they're talking about, or let me look at how they're going to operate this, and who's going to be the owners, what are their expertise and all that. So it's important to then have this table of contents so that people can kind of like read it and look, go to the pages that they're specifically interested in. But then if they need to reference something, they can always use the table of contents. So it's important that you have that. So now on the screen, you should be seeing then the boot camp schedule that we have laid out. We always say tentative, only for the simple fact if anything, you know, happens or pops up or something like that, then we always send out an announcement, say, sorry, we have to cancel the class today or something. We do try to do that in advance. But this is the kind of planned schedule. So, we're doing Thursdays starting out June 24th. So this will go 6 weeks, kind of around the same time like we're doing now, but it's actually going to be from 5 p.m. to 7. So I know sometimes that might be a challenge for people getting off work, but we will record it so that if you kind of come in late or miss something, uh, once you're accepted as one of the registrants, then we'll have your email and we'll get all your information so that we can always send an email out to you. So this is kind of like the idea of what we'll be doing on the 24th. We'll be doing a more detailed business plan introduction. We'll be doing we'll send you in advance, actually, the business plan application. So the application is like if you were going on a job and somebody was hiring you and you fill out a job application. Well, we have a business plan application where you're actually asking yourself some questions about your business. So we'll be sending the application out prior to the class for you to already have it filled out, because it will be a working session and a talking session for those that are in the class to be able to share their information, share their business, and so forth. So this will be more of a virtual interaction class so that everybody's involved. Then we'll be talking about the company profile and just your profile, your summary. We also will give some homework assignments. So one of the assignments is 200-word business concept, where you just basically in 200 words have to tell us what your business concept is. So that'll be a homework assignment that you'll have to finish. And, it'll be available for those that do want to read their summary, this business concept. It's also going to help you put together your executive summary. So it'll have some information in there to help you put that concept, that your word business plan concept together. Then class introductions. So this will happen kind of interactively. It may actually happen in the beginning before we even get started, but it's a give individuals ability to network, because in the past we've had several businesses that kind of like do similar or work in the same kind of fields, but the networking also helps so that businesses can see who else is around and see what they offer, because it might be a service that you need and so forth. So we'll be doing that, the class introductions, and then we're going to spend some time. We have a presentation on mission and vision. So we will be talking about how to actually pull together mission and vision, your mission and vision, and making sure you understand what mission and vision is, and look at some examples of some very well put together mission and vision. So we'll be doing that presentation on that night. And then startup costs. So we will be providing some kind of financial worksheets for you, blank sheets that we will ask for startup costs. We're going to have 2 sheets. One's like your personal kind of like expense sheet, just your personal, what you spend on different things. But then we're also going to ask for your startup and what you think your startup is going to be for your business. If you're an existing business, some of this might be helpful, but it also gives you an opportunity to make sure that your existing business costs still make sense, okay, and that you're not losing revenue. Then July 1st, from 5 to 7, we'll be touching on, researching those trends, really looking at it as a reality check. You're going to start looking at your executive summary, which when you put your 200-word business concept together, you'll have some of that language already. And then we'll do introduction to financial forecasting for your personal and your business. So it's really kind of like projections, so that you have A, B, and C. This is the ideal one, but if B happens and I only make 50% of our revenue, this is what I need to do. And then if I only make lower than the 50, be below the break even, this is what I need to do. So we're going to talk about how to pull together financial projections. And then on July 8th, we're going to look at, talking about and start giving you the template. Again, we're going to use LivePlan. So we'll have a Word document template if you like to type into it, because you can always import that from the Word and put in your LivePlan or copy and paste it in. But we will provide you a business plan template so that you can kind of see the information. But LivePlan is a really great tool, with trying to pull together some information as it relates to that. So yeah, we will assist as you go through this process, especially with the financial forecasting and that kind of thing. So Ray Bacon, one of our advisor that I share with you, has a very deep financial background. He's going to review those, look at your numbers. So there's some one-on-one advising that's through this process. So it's not just you being part of the boot camp, but also it's the interaction of one-on-one. So as we review your information, then we'll be able to then reach out to you, set up another call, just one-on-one, to be able to talk you through some things so that you can understand. So yes, we will help you in that process and getting those numbers into LivePlan, because it's going to be really helpful once you get those numbers in. That financial section, it'll tally up that information for you and everything, and it really works really well as far as integrating, so that you don't have to kind of keep doing Excel worksheets and things like that. But if you have the data already in Excel worksheets, you can import them into the LivePlan. So that's very helpful. But then if you change something, then at least the LivePlan kind of keeps track of that, and so that when you make updates and that kind of thing, it will automatically make those changes. So that's very helpful, that the information is interconnected. Then Incorporation Structure. So some of you are already existing, some of you maybe just still thinking about it. So we're going to kind of briefly go through it, not spend a lot of time. We will share a booklet called Starting Your Business in Illinois, which has a whole bunch of information in it about incorporation, and talk about, difference between LLC, S Corp, C Corp, all the tax stuff related to it. So we will get into a little bit of depth with that, but we will provide this booklet that gives you even more detail. Then on the 15th, we're going to continue working on the plan and talking about some things, but we're going to spend time on the 15th with an expert panel forum. So we're going to invite some individuals in, some bankers. We're going to invite them on, legal firms. We're going to invite them on, you know, people that do accounting and taxes. We're going to invite them on. So we're going to invite HR. So we're going to invite sales and marketing. So we're going to invite some people on this forum where they will kind of introduce themselves and let you know what they do, kind of spend a little bit of time about some key points that you should or know. But then it'll give you an opportunity if there's some questions and things. It's in this forum that you'll be able to ask our experts in this forum. So that'll happen on July the 15th. Then on July 22nd, we'll be kind of coming to a close. So by that time, you hopefully would have compiled a lot of data into your business plan template and put it into your live plan. And we would have had some conversation with you about what you put into the system. But on the 22nd, we're going to invite some of our expert panel and some guests to actually come into our virtual world. And we'll have each person do a pitch. And it's kind of like just a pitch presentation. Like if you were doing a regular pitch and you were engaging and trying to share with somebody what you do, how you do it, that kind of thing. So we will do a pitch presentation virtually. If you want to set up your background or anything like that, you know, when we were live doing the actually in a room doing the pitch presentations, we in the past had some very great pitch presentations because they had props and all of that, and a few people did commercials and everything. So so this gives you the opportunity. We'll just be doing it virtually, but each participant will do a pitch presentation, and the panel will actually have a review. So they'll kind of be scoring you on some points. And so we'll share the score sheet with you in advance, so you'll know kind of what to include in your pitch, and then they'll actually score you. And it's more just kind of like a review, and we'll share those comments with you for each individual person, so that you can kind of rethink or look back at some of the things that you're thinking about. And then the last day is then our July 29th, so which will be kind of like our graduation, kind of just a final recap. We'll have an actual post survey that we'll ask you to fill out. And then also, then we will email you the certificates. And then we will also send you some business books or something like that as a gift. Okay. And so we'll be doing that. And so that'll be July 29th. So that'll be our 6 weeks. And again, the concept is that you at least have some solid infrastructure, but you'll continue working on your plan. So, and that's what we want you to do, is to continue working on it. We will be available ongoing and forever. So once the boot camp is over, you can always reach out to us. You can always set up an appointment as you start developing more things for consultation and that kind of thing. So I think, let's see if I got another slide here, and then I will answer any questions. So you can unmute your computer, your phone, if you have any questions. I know I was trying to, saw a few of them pop up. So are there any other questions about the boot camp and the training? Okay. Ready? Okay, so if there aren't any other
I got one question.
questions, go ahead. Yes.
Is there a mandatory, what if you can't make 1 week, or
Yeah, so we're asking that you try not to, and at least if you miss 2, if you miss beyond 2, then we will ask that you consider rescheduling, or we'll put you back into the fall, when we will be recording these. So even if you miss one or two, we will send the recording. We will have homework for everyone to do. So our expectation is that you will at least look at the recording, complete the homework, and send it back to us so that we can set up these one-on-ones. So, but we ask that you not miss more than two. Okay. Any other questions? Rhea, Ray, any comments?
No, I think you covered it very well. I just wanted to point out that all of the things that Tamara talked about today, they're all interrelated. And to that extent, we want to try to do things in a sequenced fashion so that as you're inputting data into one thing, you'll understand how it interplays with other things so that you can balance things out. Balance is really important to getting together a plan so that you can actually make it work.
Okay. Thanks, Ray. Rhea, any comments?
No, just looking forward to having everybody join us and looking forward to a great session.
Okay, great. And so I'm gonna let you guys that are on, we have another session on the 9th next week. But if you know someone that really kind of fits into what we're wanting to do, we're asking that they fill out the survey that we posted on the flyer, so that we can get your information, because we're actually going to contact everyone one-on-one prior to the boot camp, so that we can let you know if you've been accepted. And then we normally send out a congratulation letter, or we'll ask, can we set up some more one-on-ones if we feel you're not ready, or whatever the case may be. Because it goes so quickly and it goes so fast, we want to make sure that everybody can catch up and everybody kind of is clear. So that's the reason why we do the one-on-one. We have limited seats for our sessions. We try to keep it small and intimate, so that we're able to share the information, but also those participants can share, and we have enough time to do everything that we need to do. So, okay. So I think that's it. If there's no more questions, this is our information on the screen. We recorded this, so for all of those that participated on tonight, we'll actually send you the recording so that you can kind of go back and review it. But again, if you have other businesses or friends or entrepreneurs or whatever that you think really would be interested in this, please share our flyer so that they can sign up and try to get into the 9th session that we have scheduled. And we look forward to getting started. So if there are no more questions, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you again for jumping on with us and being able to kind of hear what we do at GCDC. If you have more questions, shoot us an email or either call us, and we'd be more than happy to assist you and answer those questions. So look forward to hearing from us soon. Just to have a one-on-one conversation with you about this, and then we'll go from there. So if all minds are clear and everything is good, no more questions, we will end this session, and we look forward to talking to you soon. All righty. Have a wonderful evening, and you all take care. Be safe. Bye-bye.
You too.